Hello, space dogs! Alright, I did it. I'm back. I'm twice in 1 week, right? I said I was going to try and get this moving a little quicker, so go me. Oh boy, good to see you all. Is it locking up a little? Is it locking up a little? I don't know. Is it? Is anybody else having trouble? Let me look on my end. I'm not seeing. Everything is saying it's okay. Everything is saying it's okay. Yeah, it looks okay. You probably heard me repeat again there because I brought up the. Okay, yep, that looks... It looks okay. Maybe reload? Okay, good. I'm sorry, Barricade. I think it might just be you. But, oh, look at that. I kind of wanted to start at 3 today, but then, I quickly realized that wasn't going to happen. And then I was like, I could probably make 3:30, but I was like, nah, let's set it for 4. And I did. I'm glad because I made it just in time for 4. Actually, though, at 3:51, or well, about 3:51 or so, I was like, you know what I think I have? I think I have an Exceed poster, and so I went looking for it, and I found it, and actually it was a little bit earlier than 3:51, right? But I found the poster, and I thought, ooh, I should put it in the frame because it was rolled up in a tube, so it was all rolly, and I thought, oh, I should put it in the frame, so I pulled down the one that was over on this wall over here, and I stuck it in here, and I was like, cool, now what? Well, actually, I looked at the clock, and it was like 3:51, and I was like, oh, I have enough time to put it in this frame, and I did, barely, you know. I like got it in there, and then it was time to roll, so hooray, there we go. I actually have like game appropriate merch this time, so I should probably put it here. That hanger's a bit rough, or a bit harder though to deal with, so I'm just gonna put it back where this one was, even though it's kind of dark there, but how does that look? It's decent. I should probably switch it, shouldn't I? If I was smart. If I was a smart person, I would switch it. That's hard. I'm not gonna do it right now. The only reason is because this one hangs from the corners, and this one hangs from the center. So I would have to change my whole little hangy dealy. So, and that seems like a waste of time on stream anyway. Anyway. So, hello to everyone. I saw several people mentioning Dignity. Yep. This is where we get dignity. Oh boy. Can I keep my dignity by not attempting the nightmare? I could try and do what we did, what I did with Get the Party Started, and just like tap enough steps to just keep it rolling, but not actually play it, because there's even in my prime. I know we're not up to prime yet. This is only Exceed, Brian. I'm funny. Anyway, even like when I was playing Pump regularly and at like the peak of my abilities, I could not do Dignity. I always remember Dignity was like the song that people threw at each other at tournaments, because it was like there's the people who could do Dignity, you know, all three of them, and then everybody else. So like if you were one of the ones that could do it, it was like that was a guaranteed win. Yeah, in your column. And so, you know, usually things were best out of 3, so you know that was at least you knew you had that one in the bag. And then good luck with whatever the other 2 songs are going to be. But let's see. Yeah, I think Canon D is Exceed 2 also. I don't think that's in here. I haven't seen it come up in the demo at least. So I'm going to say probably not yet. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this one because I know I've said this a few times in previous streams, but we're getting to the point where this is the Pump that I know well. Everything that we've played before this, at least in this series, are all either unfamiliar to me, or it was literally the first time I'd ever played it. More often the latter, actually. Just quick recap, like the very first Pump I ever played was the premiere, but I only played it like one time, or, you know, I mean, I may have played it more than once, but I only ever saw it one time on a trip to Hawaii, of all places. And then there was an arcade south of me, about an hour and a half away, that got Exceed, so this game. And I went down there a couple of times to play it. And then there was an arcade near me that got Exceed 2. So I think by the time I played Exceed 2 was already out. So Exceed 2 is the one that is the game where I started playing regularly, like weekly, basically, or more often, even. And it was the current game at the time. So that's where I, you know, really came into my own with Pump. But, you know, Exceed is pretty similar, at least in my recollection. A little buggier, but the look and feel of it is quite similar to Exceed 2. Or I guess I should say Exceed 2 is quite similar to Exceed. I just have a couple of thoughts at the outset here of Exceed. I had to get the MK5 out, which my friend Shane was nice enough to give me his after he was done with it. This was years ago. He just like gifted it to me as a birthday present. I don't even know how long ago that's been. It might have been 10 years ago already at this point. Interestingly, this will probably be the only game that I play on the MK5 because I believe Prex 3 had an MK5 build. I didn't play that one. I played the MK3 build on stream last time. But then, to my understanding, I think Exceed is the only one that you basically need the MK5 for. It doesn't play on the MK3, and I don't believe it will play on the MK6 unmodified. I could be wrong about that, but I know for sure that like my copy of Exceed 2 is on the MK6, is for the MK6 hardware. So I'll probably swap the MK5 out after this stream, and then we'll run the 6 for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 streams, and then we get to MK9, and that will take us through to the end, basically. But one thing that I noticed as I was hooking up the system, I wish I had another MK5 that I could like show you, but maybe on the next stream I'll pull it out. But let me grab the 3. Alright, so here is the MK3. This is what's been running in the cabinet the last however many streams I've done. Because this covers first dance floor all the way up through Prex 3. And you'll note that, I mean, you've got all the interface stuff to connect to the cabinet over on this side. And then there's a CD-ROM drive here that you put the CD into. What I'm noticing when I was putting the MK5 in that I wished that this stupid thing had, maybe it did, and maybe just mine is like deficient in this regard, but there's a little security chip. Here, I'll show you. So, for instance, here is my copy of the Prex. So you've got the CD-ROM inside, and that goes in the CD-ROM drive, and then you've got this little security module dealy guy. I guess I can take it out of this tiny little bag. I don't even know why they put them in this. Why is it hard? So you got this little guy, and there's a little plug on the back right there. And on the MK3, this plugs onto a board inside the unit itself. So you have to like take the lid off of the thing and plug it in, and take the old one out and plug this in. And I'm like, why? Like, who designed this? Because like the CD-ROM, obviously, it has a little hole on the outside, so you just push the button, the tray comes out, you swap the drive, or swap the disc, you know, and you're done. But then you got to open the whole damn thing to plug this stupid thing in. I'm like, and what I noticed is when I put the MK5 in, which, like I said, it's in the machine now, so I can't like show it to you, and I don't have another one, but hopefully, maybe if I remember on the next stream, I'll show you real quick. They've brought the port for this security module to the outside, so you could, you know, just swap the disc. And then, you know, swap the little security chip and you're good. Like, you don't have to open the stupid thing up. Plus, opening it up inside the cabinet is kind of a pain. I guess you could do it, but it would be hard. So you end up having to, you know, like, remove the whole stinking thing from the cabinet to, you know, swap from one game to another. Like, guys... Why'd you make it hard? And then they made it easier for the MK5, except that now the MK5 doesn't use a CD-ROM anymore. It uses a hard drive. So you actually do have to open it up to swap the hard drive, because they didn't put it in like a caddy or anything like that. I mean, it's just connected like a, you know, like a normal PC hard drive. So you have to open the lid and, you know, fish it out of there and unplug the cables, and then, you know, put the new one in and plug the cables back in. So it's like they realized, oh yeah, we kind of screwed this up with the MK3 and made it hard to change games, to do upgrades. So let's make it easier, except then it's not easier. I believe, like I said, I think that Prex 3 actually does have an MK5 build that I believe still is CD-ROM based. And so on the MK5, there is a little plate. On mine, it's a blank plate, but you can tell that that's where a CD-ROM drive would go if it had one. So I guess if the game had continued to be released on CD, or I guess if maybe they switched to DVD or something like that for some more storage, you know, with the MK5 design, it would have been easier to swap games. But it's like they took one step forward and then immediately took one step back, and so it's not really any easier at all. Beginning with Exceed 2, though, they just use a USB dongle, so no more of this little chip guy. You just plug something into the USB. Now, again, it's still a hard drive, so you still have to open the lid and, you know, put the new hard drive in, but, you know, it is what it is. Konami was nice on, you know, a lot of their games. For a while, they were using a whole little, dock system where you could just pull out this tray and you'd put you'd take the old hard drive out and put the new hard drive in, and then you'd slide the tray back in. So you wouldn't have to like open the whole unit or take it out of the machine. Then they went from that, and now they're just, you know, now there's a section on the lid that comes out that the hard drive is attached to. So at any rate, they make it a little bit easier. But at least I don't know about after the MK9, but to my knowledge, Andamiro never got there. They just were like, open it, deal with it. I'm like, all right. At least on the 9, if I recall, and I think the 6, there's only 2 screws to pop the lid off, and you can do that in the machine, and it's not that bad. But still, not as easy as it could have been. All right, let me move this out of the way. Close this door over here. All right. Let me kind of catch up with the chat a little bit here. when will we do Exceed PS2? I still don't have an interface between the cabinet and anything other than the official hardware. So I actually do have Exceed PS2, but I don't have any way to connect it to the cabinet currently. So I'm probably not going to do that unless I decide to, build something. But it's not in my plan right now. I wish if I had the old pad that came with it, I would try that, but I only have the game, so I could play it on gamepad, but God, it's terrible. All right. Anyhow, so I am going to do the same thing with this game that I have been doing up to this point, and that is play all the new songs, and then we'll see where we're at on time. And if I... Loading. And if I've got some time, then maybe we'll, poke around at some of the special features, and if anybody has any requests, I might take them at that point too. But let me see. I was looking earlier, and it looks like there's like 20-something new songs. 21 or 20. It was in the 20s. It wasn't a lot. So we're up to the A's now. So A... okay, I guess it's 27. Although 2 of them are old songs, except now in Spanish. So... yeah. Using a controller for Pump is sort of unplayable. Just the layout of the buttons, doesn't really... DDR lends itself really well, because obviously, the D-pad is up, down, left, right. And then... the other side, whether, be it ABXY or square, circle, triangle, X, it's also arranged in that diamond shape, so you can kind of use the 2 of them, and it plays very, intuitively. But with Pump, I don't even remember what they use or how they map it to the gamepad, but it's not nice. Yeah. Daniel, the 2 songs, there's O Rosa and First Love are in Spanish. I think the original versions are here as well, but then the Spanish versions got added in this game. So I'll get those played. And then also Get Up is in here too, so that will get played, since it's one of the new songs. But all right. Let's get this started, I guess. Oh, and we are up to the classic Pump that I remember, where if you turn demo sound off, the game is quiet while it's in the track sequence, but as soon as you put a credit on it, it will stick at the title screen indefinitely. Oh no! It looks like the stream clicked off and back on. This happened last time too, I think. Hold on one second. Are we still? just make sure that we're good, right? Are we good? So this happened on the last stream toward the end, at like the 2.5 hour mark, where I guess the connection just dropped for a few seconds and then came back. And if it's anything like, if it happened like last time, YouTube just picks right back up. Is it? Yeah. But then like Twitch split it into a second stream. So hopefully you find it. But anyway, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, but you know, I just got the message over here. It was like, what? But anyway, what I was explaining though is we're into the era where if you turn demo sound off, the game is quiet during a track, but as soon as you give it a credit, it sticks on the title screen indefinitely. Like, it will never leave the screen until you start the game. And it will also play the title loop, which, this one, it's very short. Like, you can hear how short the loop is and how it repeats, but it's pretty, like it's not real, like, in your face or anything, so it's not super annoying. Exceed 2 and 0 definitely are, but the other thing is if you put it in free play, that counts the same as having a credit, so it would just stick on this screen literally forever until you play the game. So that's why I've got it in coin play and so that it won't make a bunch of extra noise or be stuck on this screen forever. But yeah, let's Daniel says 69 followers on Twitch. Well, you know, nice. That's what you say to that, right? All right, let's start. So, new speed mod. Code, which is nice because I'm used to it. We can start here, I guess. It's fine. And yeah, this menu is basically exactly what I remember from Exceed 2 as well, so it's definitely very similar. Alright, well, let's, do I want to do the hard or do I want to do the freestyle? I definitely don't want to do the crazy. That's out of my range, as is the nightmare. Good lord. Let's do a warm-up. I haven't played yet today. My legs are probably going to be like, hello? Ooh, definitely missed a bunch of those turns. That was ugly. Ugly for me. Yeah, but it's still an A because pump it up. Well, look at that. We're here already. Let's go. So those were both 7s. That seems a slight bit easier. I definitely missed some turns there towards the end, but not nearly as bad as Extreme there before it. Whew. All right. I know this is an old song. These are all old songs. Did they go the other direction? Probably how it is. New, this was already here, wasn't it? Oh no, this is new. This is a new one. Okay. I remember this. I remember this being pretty tough even back in the day. Double stepping stuff, pretty bad. yeah, bonus. Great. Just what I needed. Oh, a break. It's only a 6. Thanks. Internet ranking. Is that still a live site? I doubt it. I kind of hope not, actually. PIUranking.com. Nope. So, let me move my screen around here real quick so that I can see everything. And let's do this. Okay. Or wait, no, I can do this. I'm trying to get it so I can, like, see all the things and not be flipping back and forth between screens all the time. And then I need to make myself a list of the new songs like I did in the last stream, because they're not in here in any particular order, at least not any order that I can discern. So I want to make sure that I get them all. So what did I play there? Extreme, Get Up, Pump Me Amadeus, and Blazing. Okay, cool. I guess now I don't actually need that other stream, other screen, other thing. What am I saying? I'm doing real well here, guys. Oh boy. Anyway, Daniel. So the internet ranking, the way that used to work, if my memory serves, which it really doesn't, because it's been a super long time. Basically, it kind of works like if you remember when games had passwords, right? Because you couldn't save your game, so like when you got up to a certain level or whatever, and your game ended, you'd get a password, and then on the start screen you could enter that password, and it would, start you up roughly where you were, so. This was before the cabinets were internet connected. So if when you ended a game, you would get your high scores and stuff like that. You'd get that internet ranking passcode, whatever, and you'd go to the website and you'd enter it in, and that would, put you basically on the leaderboards, on the global leaderboards with whatever scores that you made. I guess the idea of doing it as a password system, DDR did this in the early days as well too, is, you hopefully wouldn't be able to cheat, right? Because what songs you played and what scores you got are encoded within the password, and if you don't know how that's encoded, then, all you can do is just type the password in, and it comes up, hopefully, exactly whatever you did. And you can't, lie and be like, oh yeah, I really got 10 trillion points. Ha 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 ha. But, anyway. Hot No, Extravaganza is an old song. If I have time toward the end, I'll play it. I'm playing all the new stuff first, though. Regen, you didn't even know I was streaming today. You never know when I'm streaming. My schedule's so irregular. Although, Monday and Friday feels pretty good. I kind of like that schedule. I'm gonna try and stick to that if I can. If I can throw a Wednesday in there, that'd be super cool. Get three streams in a week. But two would be already a vast improvement. And Ortiz Punch-Out, yeah, I still remember on the NES. This is ingrained in my brain for no reason, but if you put it in 007-373-5963, I think it's because it's set up like a phone number, so it's a little easy to remember. But yeah, that's the code to Mike Tyson. Why is that in my brain still after 40 years? I don't know. I barely remember at this stage, I think I remember, I know my own phone number, and I know Belinda's phone number, and honestly that's it, because you just put the rest of them in your phone, right? And nobody dials numbers anymore. You're just call this person. Who am I kidding? Nobody calls anybody anymore. So, WTF, right? But anyway, yeah, so I don't remember phone numbers, but I do remember the password to Mike Tyson. So another secret code that was the Nintendo Power phone line number. Nice. I usually schedule a few hours beforehand. Yeah, I think I scheduled this one maybe 1 hour ahead. Maybe. But basically, I scheduled it as soon as I was confident that I was going to be able to make I scheduled it as soon as there was a time that I was fairly confident I would actually be able to make. And I did, barely, because I was dicking around with that poster, but, I got there. So I don't remember that there was a phone call noise on the title screen. So again, I know I've said this a bunch of times on previous streams, but for me personally, I had an Atari 2600, and I didn't have any consoles until the Dreamcast. So like I never actually personally had an NES. My like friend across the street had one, so I played on his a lot, and so actually that's how I remember that code, is because we played it at his house. But I never personally had one. So again, the fact that that's like stuck in my brain is even weirder, because it wasn't even like a game that I had to play frequently. But yeah. But yeah, so yeah, the codes are different in this game than the older ones. Although I think these codes were introduced in Prex 3, and there was another game earlier that had these speed codes too. But yeah, these are definitely the ones that I'm used to. So that's very helpful for me. And why are the harder things in the demo? I don't know. They're probably, are they the Banya songs, or are they doing other songs too? But man, you can really tell though, like with all the background movies, and the actual like title screen, you know, that that we have a higher power hardware here, and you know, we got full motion video now that looks good. You know, they really went all out. I mean, like this game. So this would have been around the same time as like Supernova, like DDR Supernova, and I think Supernova, you know, has a much improved look over, you know, everything that came before it, all the way up to Extreme. But I don't know. I think Pump was already kind of ahead of the game in just like kind of the real high gloss look of everything. And then when they, you know, turned it up for this one, I think they remained ahead of Konami as far as just the look of the game. I mean, I know I prefer Pump to DDR just because of the layout of the stage. I think it's a lot more fun to play. I think the patterns are more fluid and more fun. I think Konami does a little bit better job of polishing their games, as far as like they're usually less buggy. And obviously, as we've played through, you know, Pump, yeah, there have been some real rough edges. Ooh, I'm about ready to fall right off the stage. There have been some real rough edges on some of these games where, you know, things just didn't work. Sometimes it crashed. You know, just weirdo stuff. Was Supernova 2006? I was thinking Supernova was 05. I could very well be wrong. Still, June 2006. Wow, it was real late. Because I know Extreme was like Christmas 02. But yeah. Japan, July 2006. Yeah, you're right. Crazy. I was thinking Supernova was 05 and Supernova 2 was 06, but there it is. So, I mean, that was also definitely the reason why I got into Pump, was like there hadn't been anything new in DDR land in literally years. So when Pump started showing up, around me, I was like, oh, here's a new thing, new to me anyway. Let's try it. And I was like, oh yeah, I actually really like this game. And I had tried ITG, but you know, you've heard me talk about ITG before on stream. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, but so, you know, I did play it at the time, and I have played it, you know, since, but I never really got into it. But yeah, Quinn, we've been talking about Pump Jump. If I can make it run in this cabinet, I would try, but I don't know how possible that is. Actually, crazy thing, I just saw somebody was selling a new in-box Pump It Up Jump cabinet just this week. I forget how much they wanted for it, but like I guess they bought it and it's just been sitting in storage for, you know, 10 plus years, however long it's been. But like they never even opened it. It's just still sitting in the crate. Like, was it 5,000? I thought it was. I thought it was like it was reasonable. Like it wasn't outrageously priced. I'm not going to buy it. I don't have any place to put it. I kind of want it to. I kind of like. I would love to try it, just to try it. But I'm not so excited about it that I'm going to buy a machine to do it. Yeah, I think so. Regen, I believe you're right. I think it runs on the same hardware, but I think it uses a different I/O, because I've seen. So when we get a little bit further along in the series, if you look in the operator menus of even the mainline games, this one doesn't have it yet, but there's an actual option for tickets, even in regular Pump. And ooh, speaking of tickets, I have an Andamiro token that came out of one of their redemption games. I was gonna put it on my cabinet there. There we go. But oh jeez. Sorry. Anyway, there's options for tickets, and I've never seen it work, but my understanding is that Pump It Up Jump had a ticket option as well, and Max, who you've seen come up in the stream sometimes, not like live in person, but come up in the comments or in the chat. He shared, you know, the manual page for Pump It Up Jump, and it has a different I/O board that has a place to plug in the ticket dispenser. So I'm not sure if Jump will work with the regular I/O the regular Pump I/O that I have, or if it needs that other I/O board. That being said, the games that the regular Pump games like NX2, I think. I know NX2 for sure, but I'm not sure which other ones also have ticket options. Those all still run on the regular I/O that I have, but I don't know where to plug the ticket dispenser in. I kind of want to find out, just because I would love to see it work just once, just for the lulz, really. Like the idea of playing Pump It Up to get tickets, just it sounds to me like I don't know what all the options are, but depending on how it's set up, I know people that would just frickin' clean arcades out. You know, like they would get so many tickets from playing Pump that it would just be like, give me all your prizes, thank you. Hopefully it's not set up that ridiculously, but Oh yeah, that's right. It does need the button board too, doesn't it? So, well, oh, for the tickets, you need another board to plug into the MK. Hmm. Yeah, I've never seen it. And in fact, back in the day, I met the president of Andamiro USA at a tournament once, and was just talking to him. And I even asked him about it once. I was like, "Hey, I know there's like a ticket option in the game," and I was like, "What's that about?" He's like he was kind of coy about it, but he was just like I don't know, like, does it work? I don't know. Like, I don't know that anybody has ever done it. I've never heard of it working, or I've never heard of anybody actually hooking it up. So, Regen, you said you don't know how that system would work. Is there anywhere for tickets to go in the cabinet? I don't know. I have a theory. If you remember, I have the version 2 of the SX cabinet, which has the coin door in the center and then two subwoofers on either side. The version 1 of the SX cabinet has the subwoofer in the center and has two coin doors, one on each side. I've always, or not always, but like while I've been doing this series, I have this theory that maybe the idea was that you could remove the second coin door and put the ticket mech in there. But that's the only cabinet that ever had it. Had two coin doors like that. So I don't know. And the SX version 1 was like, the premiere era of games. And then we don't see the ticket option until like, the NX era. So they never really corresponded with each other. So I really don't know how that would work. Obviously, if you see on mine, the USB system was just like literally a bolt on to the side. Like if you bought it as an upgrade, you would get this little box and you would bolt it onto the side yourself. My cabinet came with it already bolted on, but it's installed exactly the same way. Like it is done in the same way that they instruct you to do it if you were adding it yourself, which is you bolt this box on and then you just drill a hole in the side of the cabinet to feed the wires down. It's not really nice. But they were clearly like not against just bolting crap onto the side of the cabinet, so they could have stuck a ticket mech, on the other side or something like that, or maybe like rearrange the coin door in some way to make it work. Heck, I don't know. But like I said, I've never actually seen it work. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. So I know there's versions of the ITG cabinet with one subwoofer and two coin doors. No, I've never seen that. I've only ever seen ITG 2 in a GX cabinet, so the bigger brother of this one. But I also haven't paid a lot of attention. So You wonder if the pro games can be controlled via keyboard. USB system looks like the card system for CX and TX cabs. It is, sort of. Anyway, hey, Bit Decay. I don't know what happened on your 2DX stream, but welcome aboard. You know how we are here, real chill, right? Oh, while I'm in the test menu here, the question came up in the last stream. So you are able to enable and disable all the songs in the game, and if you were around for the last stream, you know that you know, there were definitely some questionable lyrics in some of them, some of the songs. So I think maybe this was their thought. It's like, okay, maybe you'll want to get rid of some songs. So hey, let's do this. I'm gonna disable all of the old songs so that we'll only have the new songs to pick from. And then there was a question, what happens if you disable every song? Oh, I missed one there. Damn. And there's no back. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so those are all the new songs. So let's find out, real quick, what happens if you disable them all. Will it let me do that, first of all? It will. Okay. And then... hit me! You get nothing. Haha. So what if you pick something? It just bails. It just exits the game. Well, now we know. I had never tried that before. I'm sure somebody has tried it, but I didn't know what it would do. It didn't crash. Now, that would be kind of shitty. Like, it definitely took my money, right? Like, if an operator had actually done this and you put your money in and then you went to play and like there was literally nothing in the menus, and then when you tried to pick something it just bailed out of the game. I mean, that would be kind of that would not be a good experience. All right. All right. So yeah, we took care of that. Brave Racer, you're working on sim files and watching the stream. Pretty tired getting the exact BPM, especially on Pump where you get things that it's like 109.36 BPM, because of course it is. Glitch says if you disable songs that are meant to play in a track on the newer games, the game crashes. Huh, that's funny. That makes sense, I guess. Can we end this stream on Space Fantasy only? You know, the funny thing about that, though, is that when that happened, the Space Fantasy only, like, we didn't do that on purpose. It just happened. That was a glitch. Okay. Well... Let's get back to...
Hit me!
Let's get back to it. I actually had to turn my cabinet and turn the stream down just a little bit because this this game is way louder than Prex 3 was. But I'm gonna turn it up just a tiny bit here. It seemed a little bit soft to me. Anyway. Oops. I didn't actually mean to start it on this side. Well, that's fine. We'll just do it. I should be able to do an 11, but man, I'm not feeling confident about this today. Oh dear. That run at the end was nope for me. You're curious if the freedom code works here? I forget what the freedom code does. So it's looks like no. Okay, so it looks like I've done all of the new Banya stuff. So on to K-pop. Oh, I didn't see monkey fingers. I'll have to make a note of that. I may have disabled it by mistake, or maybe it was sorted in a different way. If we're going to K-pop, I'm going to doubles. bonus stage. Internet ranking. B. All right. Anyway, let me catch up with the chat. I know I'm really far behind. Yeah, so I don't remember how the new ranking system maps to the old ranking system. I know, like, currently, I'm usually good for 13s, and the occasional 14. But I don't. But, like, that's what I'm capable of when I'm having a good day. I don't know that this is a good day. I feel pretty tired, but we'll see. But I don't remember how that maps out to this scale, because I know this scale is slightly different. And then, hey, Leon, you said you're used to DDR. You can't force yourself to get used to the column coloring on pump notes. So it's funny because, like, I've been playing DDR since flat was it. Like, there was no Vivid or Solo or Rainbow or whatever the heck it's called. So, like, flat doesn't really bother me, although I'm most used to Vivid, because that was what was, kind of the default from third mix all the way to extreme. Actually, I think it's still the default in Supernovas as well. I'm actually kind of terrible at the solo coloring, or Rainbow, I believe, is what it's called now. Just because it's not what I'm expecting or used to. But, I mean, I can get by okay. The interesting thing about Pump, though, is it's colored to match the stage. So the upper arrows are red and the lower arrows are blue, and it ignores rhythm. Like, the colors don't match up to the rhythm. So you're right, it's sort of like flat in that regard. I know the newer games have a mode that colors it based on the rhythm, but again, I'm used to it this way, and I'm kind of bad if I switch it, even though switching it should make sense to me because I'm used to playing it on DDR that way. But I guess my brain just switches. It's like, okay, you're in pump mode. This is how it is now. But if you really want to screw me up, throw in like flower card or something over here, and then I'm like done for. So Pat, oh, you said you think it's a 13 on the new system. Well, that explains why it seemed like hard, but barely doable. Hard but doable for me. So freedom is basically like, God, what is it called in DDR? They call that. I can't think of what it's called. I'll think of it in a minute, maybe. But I only knew the code. I assume because so the NX2 sticker is here, so I assume the code is the same, and it shows the FD code on here. So that's what I tried. But maybe it's different in Exceed. Although I noticed on the side there were like little indicators for which codes you had on, and there was not an FD code, an FD indicator that was turned off. So I don't know that it's here yet. Yeah. Oh, the hole visually disappears when dropped, but you can still pick it up. Yeah, I think that's normal for pump. I don't know about it disappearing, but you can definitely pick up a dropped hold in pump. Also, you don't have to attack holds in pump. If you're already on the step, when it comes up, you're good. Daniel, you want to try doubles next time you get to a pump machine? Yes, you definitely should. Doubles is where it's at. So much fun. Dark. That's right. That's what DDR calls it. So Quinn, I'm probably not going to do Pro, because Pro requires the button board and I don't have one. So while the game would run, I would have no way of actually like starting it. So I don't know. Unless something changes, I'm not likely to be doing the Pro games. But I will probably do Infinity, so that should work without the button board. So I don't have a problem doing that one. But Daniel, you wish there was a dedicated half double? Yeah, I see what you're saying, because I know there's still like a sprinkling of half doubles in the game, even to this day. But you're right. There's no like specific mode for it. But shoot, like on the current games, I know, when you select a song and it shows like all of the charts that are available, singles and doubles and routines and all of everything, and like some of those songs have like, it feels like a dozen charts or something like that, like a lot. So all of the regular difficulties, and then some of the like old weird stuff like half double and special things, and who knows, like it's crazy. Because I know so DDR, at least ever since third mix, ever since third mix, like they're pretty good about all of the songs having all of the difficulties. Even first and second did. It's just that, especially on doubles, like there was no Maniac doubles yet. But DDR's have always been pretty good about having all of the difficulties available for all of the songs in the game. Pump has not always been like that. There were definitely some songs that, you know, only had an easy chart, or didn't have an easy chart and only had the other, only, you know, had hard or maybe not crazy. And so, I mean, it's been kind of a mixed bag. But I think now these days, you know, they're pretty good about having all of the difficulties and then some, like a bunch of special stuff. Unless you're in like the weird like remix channels or whatever, and then sometimes there's just one, right? But anyway. So yeah, you're saying, what do you call? I lost the plot. Infinity doesn't need the button board, but run it on the MK9. Yeah, I do have an MK9. I was probably going to switch from... So, like I said, this will be the only game that I run on the MK5, Exceed. Exceed 2, I'm planning to put the MK6 in, and I'll probably run that and 0 in the 6. And I think NX probably also. And then I'm going to switch to the 9, because my cabinet came with the 9 and NX2, so I know that that's good from there on out. Quarter doubles. I don't remember quarter doubles. What do those look like? But let me make sure that well, hold on, let me only 4 panels? Which 4? Is it just the middle ones? Is it like center? Oh, I remember in like NX2 or whatever, wherever they had like the World Max or World Mission or Mission Zone or whatever the heck it was called. Yeah, they had like DDR style charts, and you would play them on these 4 panels, kind of like sideways. I never heard those called quarter doubles though. I think I've always just heard those called 4 panel basically, or DDR mode. So let's see, where is Monkey Fingers? Monkey Magic, Monkey Fingers is enabled. Disable, enable. Well, I'm going to leave it like this for now, and I'm still keeping track separately. Hit me! So if I miss some, then I don't know what I'll do. I'll reset it or something. But yeah, I don't see it in there. Unless it got sorted. Yeah, I don't see it. Freaking dignity. I guess we'll just get it out of the way, right? Oh, wait. Hit me! What is it on hard? Can I do it on hard? Can I do it on freestyle? That's the question. So it's an 8 and it's a 12 on freestyle. I can try it. Let's see what happens. I know I can't do the Nightmare. Like, I could never do the Nightmare, even back in the day, so... Oh, jeez. Oh my god. I'm missing that turn. It's so hard. That run is so ridiculous.
No way!
I'll take it. I'll take the F. I'll take the fail. Take the L. Whew. Yep, it's as stupid as I remember. That's nice. Nothing like having to cough while you're trying to drink. Hold on. How much did I spray all over the... Just a little. Not too bad. Not too good, but not too bad. Just wipe it up so it's not gross. It like went up my nose, in my eyes. So good. I'm just gonna let it fail out. And 51.
Hey! Why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Now we can see that. Oh. Well, that was mildly embarrassing. This is almost empty anyway. Let me finish this. I'm gonna switch to water. All right, I'm back. So yeah, dignity is hard, remember? Pads covered in drink. An authentic arcade experience. It's true. Try not to have that here, though. Fortunately, I'm drinking, I'm drinking water now, so it'll be totally fine, but I was drinking diet, so diet is generally not sticky like the sugar drinks are, so that's better. Still don't want it on my, still don't want it on the stage, though. I got a little bit on my glasses. That's nice. Okay. Hey, Karopi. You're right. Haven't seen you in a while. I've been here sporadically, but I have been on. And yeah, the why don't you just get up and dance, man? That has been in there since the very beginning. And yes, the difficulty definitely does seem to increase over time. Hang on one second. All right. Okay, so try again. So can I do the hard? It seems like I should be able to do the hard, yes? I hope. Ooh, I messed up those turns. Oh, this run is just as hard as it is on double. I'm not seeing how that turn works. Oh, there it is. Ridiculous.
Hey, we need
Hey! see. That's better. Yeah. It felt like it could probably be a 12 or a 13 up until that ending. That ending was 14, maybe 15. All right, let me get my shit together. You think it's a 12 on the new scale? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's not friendly. I'll tell you that much.
One, two, 1, 2.
I love the little dance these guys do. Oh, we hate you? Yeah, definitely hated me. One guy sure becomes out. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it flips it. Even on the title card here, the 1 is backwards. So yeah, they flip them over. That's funny. Ah, Valenti. Okay, so my recollection, I can do this Nightmare, but I think the chart is different in Exceed than Exceed 2, or the chart was different in the beta of Exceed, I think. And like absolutely ridiculous. So if it's the chart that I know from Exceed 2, I should be able to, well, in the day I could do it. I don't know what's gonna happen today. But if it's the other chart, it's like, nope.
그대를 바라본 내 모습 그대가 바라본 내 모습 내 미래를 걷어버리고 그대의 그 손을 잡았어 이른 아침 있으면 춘 듯 어린 사랑이라고 해도 마치 울 것 같아 보여도 Oh stop it babe 우린 어떻게 만난 건지 왜 하필 그게 나인 건지 Boy I fall in love with you
This is the chart I know, so that's good.
지금 이 순간도 타이트한 그대의 줄에 맞춰진 사람이 되고도 해워간다 그 어떤 조그마한 소원이라도 그대에게 기다려줄 내가 You're my dream
Yay! Still got it. That chart is so much fun. Hard, but really fun. Like it's a doable hard. I'm glad you knew I could. I don't know if I knew I could. I think back in the day, that was kind of like, that was like peak performance for me. That was the one that I could do. That was like the hardest of them for me. I meant to speed it up one more notch. It was a little bit, it was a little bit crunched, but made it work. I'm familiar enough with it that helped. Yeah, it's super followable. Like it's a great chart. This, I mean, that is a prime example of what makes Pump so good. Like everything works. It all flows. It all turns. It's just a matter of like, can you get your body in the right position to do it? And once you do, like, it feels great. But it's charts like that and Freestyler are the reasons why I love Pump and why I like it more than DDR. I mean, DDR has some bangers, some great charts that are really fun to do, but I feel like there's fewer of them. And it's not always about, like, challenging. Like, there's plenty of things in both games that I just can't do. Like, they're too hard for me. Like, I watch other people do them, I'm, like, impressed. It's like, wow, that's really great. That's amazing. You know, and I'll probably never be able to do that, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like there are more charts in Pump that are just, like, once you nail it, once you've figured out, like, how the pattern works, and then you actually perform it, like, it feels really good. Yeah. You said you wish Pump had note size timing like DDR? Well, so, like, Pump's timing is real loose. Like, you can... we always call it, like, Pump slop, where you just kind of, like, blah, 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 you know, and it's like, oh, I'm still comboing because it's Pump. Pump definitely feels a lot more about, like, it'll just throw the kitchen sink at you, and it's like, can you do it or not? DDR is much more about, like, can you do this slightly more reasonable thing, and then, but, like, can you do it very accurately? Yeah, I mean, Pump, I think, definitely works. I feel like Pump is easier and better for freestyling than DDR. Just the way the stage is laid out, like the motion that you do by playing, like, gets you toward a performance more naturally than DDR does already. DDR, of course, you know, like, you can play DDR just, like, only ever, like, rotating below the waist, and then, of course, like, some people don't even do that, right? They just bracket it. They're just, like, kind of shuffling basically on the stage. But Pump, like, forces you to make much bigger motions naturally, and so, like, once you're already making those big motions, you know, adding, like, upper body movement or, you know, kind of spicing it up a little bit and turning it into a performance is not as big of a jump as it is in DDR. Plus, I think DDR, sometimes the motions, even on doubles, get to be a little bit awkward. Like, you end up, rather than flowing through a motion, you end up kind of, like, jerking through a motion, and it doesn't feel quite right. As far as difficulty is concerned, I mean, yes, you're right. DDR is much more like score based. Pump is more about like, I feel like pass fail. Like, can you do it? You know, if you can complete the song and it's really ridiculously hard, your score is going to be better than somebody who can't do it, even if maybe you aren't real accurate. You know, you get a lot of, well, I would say you get, if you get like a lot of greats, but like the perfect window in Pump is quite large, so you get a lot more. It's a lot more easygoing as far as like accuracy is concerned. But well, yeah, I mean, Quickman, you're right. Like, DDR's been like that forever. Like, I can't tell you how many DDR tournaments I went to, you know, even in the 2000s, you know, so 15 years ago, that were decided by one great, you know. One person got all perfects, one person black flagged it, got one great, and they lose, right? With Pump, in fact, with Pump, whereas most DDR tournaments, I think, are usually run, you know, Perfect Attack, or I guess Marvelous Attack nowadays, right? Where they just go by the count of Marvelouses or Perfects. Pump, at least in my experience, has always, traditionally and to this day, still run Score Attack. And the scoring is bonkers sometimes, because, you know, combos play a part in it, and you can just get some ridiculous scores. But the reality is that most of the time, you know, the separation between players is can do it, can't do it, as opposed to both can do it very, very well, and on any given day, one of them will do an MFC and the other one won't. But if it makes you feel any better, in 22 years of playing DDR, I have 0 PFCs, which of course means I have 0 MFCs as well, but I don't play for score. I really don't care. But oh, you're talking about player 1 left, player 2 right, you know, on DDR? You mean like this type of thing? Yeah, there's an actual chart in coming up, not in this. I think it's in Exceed 2 or maybe 0. There's a doubles chart that actually makes you like hit this step. It's like boom, and then I think it brings you back to the center, and then you have to go back out again. It's very, very difficult. But we'll like, I can barely do it just trying to demonstrate. To do it at speed in the song is rough. But all right, well, let me keep rolling here, because
Hit me!
there aren't a lot of new songs, but there's enough that if I don't keep playing, I'm gonna get pressed for time, and I don't want that. Well, I forgot to mark the songs that I did on my little list. I remember back in the day, there were two guys that were like, you know, in my area, like the top two pump players, and one of them was really good at Dignity, and the other one was really good at this song. So they would pick the other one against each other in tournaments, and just, you know, force the other one to struggle, basically. And then it would just be a toss-up on the third song. I guess the speed down code is not a thing yet. Eventually that gets added, where you do the code the opposite direction and then the speed goes down instead of up. This way you just have to go all the way through or clear it if you want to go down.
모두 다 거짓이었어.
Okay, it's a groove.
믿을 수가 없어, 이해할 수 없어. 어떻게 이럴 수 있어.
And there it is. Cool.
It's me, down by the broken tree house, tree house, tree house, tree house. It's me, it's me, it's me. I saw the building falling nightly beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear the shoes that I wear the dress. Kiss me, down on the broken tree house, swing me, our promise hanging tight, bring your forest hat, we take the trail march on your father's map. Oh, kiss me, baby, as the milky twilight, lead me, out of the moonlit flow, lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the spotlight dance, silver moon sparkling.
Game over. Yeah, quick man, you're saying crazy how good some of the songs in these early mixes are. You know, I feel like so Pump has had solid musical selections, I think, from the very beginning. And I think DDR did too. But I really feel after, really honestly, I feel like Fourth Mix Plus was kind of the peak of DDR, in my opinion. And then, you know, they started not leaning as heavily on the Dance Mania licenses. And then by the time we got to, you know, Supernova, like, they just weren't using them really at all anymore. And I feel like, you know, up through Extreme, music was still pretty good. Since Supernova, I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think DDR music is bad. But I feel like it's not... It has declined over the years. Like, for me, even in Ace 2 Plus and Ace 3, I struggle to find songs that I really like. Like a lot of my old favorites are removed from the game now. And a lot of the new songs, don't get me wrong, there's still some good ones in there. But, like, overall, there's a lot of them that are just kind of, they just feel like filler to me. It's just like, it's okay. But, again, like, the way the game has gone, it's focused much more on, like, difficulty and really hard charts, really challenging things to do, which is not the way that I play. And so a lot of those songs, are fine if you're trying to, crank out another 17 or 18 or something like that. But, like, a lot of those songs aren't particularly, like, musical. Like, they're not very danceable songs, in my opinion. So I think that's kind of why I'm a little less excited about, like, modern DDR music. Pump is doing the same thing, but they are still licensing, lots of K-pop and other things that, are very danceable and fun to play. If you play the way that I do. So, I have a lot more fun playing Double X than I do Ace 3 or Ace 2 Plus, for instance. But that's mostly, my preference. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Daniel. Like, bringing back old licenses would be great. But it can be hard to do. From a licensing standpoint, I mean. All right. Let's keep rolling. I feel like I'm getting close to... Yeah, you're talking about step FF2 and step F2 and step double X. Yeah, or you just play the just collect all the old hardware and software and play the real things too. LOL. Oh yay, the booby song.
You're my superstar.
This background animation is very bubbly.
Stop, hold it, freeze, now.
In the air, the summer's everywhere. All over the world, a message from the sun. Do you feel the rhythm now? It chills around my heart. Wanna have some fun tonight? I'm on the run, and I just can't wait to get them to beat. Baby, is this love or I can feel inside? 'Cause we got two things strings out. You're my superstar. What's gonna happen now? Baby, don't take charge. Here we are. Everybody stand for now. My heart is spinning around. Footsteps on the ground. Can we leave the world outside and feel the love tonight? When I look into your eyes, I can't resist your light. You might stop the hurricane, but you can stop me now. This is more than words can say, and more than lies. You're my superstar. What's gonna happen now? Baby, don't take charge. I know you can.
I feel like that might have been one that operators would use the restriction feature on.
Ven un poquito contigo.
Oh, that one just started, didn't it? I forgot about that.
La otra noche en una juerga, yo vi de valía una negra, esa negra me baleaba, ese ritmo tropical. La otra noche en una juerga, yo vi de valía una negra, esa negra me baleaba, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ven que moví contigo. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, ven, ven, ven. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. La otra noche en una juerga, yo vi de bailar una negra, esa negra me baleaba, ese ritmo tropical. La otra noche en una juerga, yo vi de bailar una negra, esa negra me baleaba, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, vete tú conmigo. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, ven, ven, ven. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Que yo moví contigo. Ay, baleame, ese ritmo tropical. Ay, mi cubana, ay, como
All right. Hello, Ahmad. Yep. Exceed is what we're playing today. Oh man.
Hey! Why don't you just get up and dance, man?
I blew it. I could feel my feet giving out on me, and then I was like, maybe I can like take it easy. Nope, can't do it. Gotta play that one for real. Oh well. Let's do that as a hard. Try it again. Okay, so I remember this one is funny because the girl in the video in the background video is like a paper doll, but they animate her by having, you know, like all of the different like the body and the arms, and then they like just stick the clothes on her like you would a paper doll. But there's a specific scene where they're like fading her in, but they do, rather than as a solid, they do it as all of the individual pieces are all fading in. So like that means her clothes are partially transparent through part of the fade. I mean, it's not like she's anatomically correct or anything. It's just kind of like, what? That type of animation there is your bane. Yeah. Oopsie. It is a really cute animation, though. Like, the whole thing is cute. And like I said, it's not like it's a big deal. It's just one of those things, back in the day, I had seen it so many times that I started to notice things.
Just when you thought it gets better, you see your chances getting slim. You know you have to do something about it. Just when you thought you would get me and finally be by my side. Think
bonus stage.
Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party. Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party. Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. Let's go. Nuevo ciclo empezó el vacilón. Sube la música y dame micrófono. Si cachai quién soy, notará que el huevón que entre la mina y un poco rol. Se abre la puerta de mi casa y su casa. Y aquí nada pase, así como lo hacemos los grandes porteños. Enseña feliz, olvidado del sueño. Comete, mira locura. ¿Y usted quién es? Debe pegar de la cima larga. La América el virgen mejor falta. Pensando la mente, deseando hacer. Regresar a fin de seis. Mejor es tu deseo. Con ese cuerpo, no sé. Party, venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party. Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party. Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party. Venga a la fiesta, Bass House Party, fiesta del barrio. It's a party.
So cute. Yep. Sorry if I ruined this animation style for you now. Whoops. Alright, I'm just gonna refill my water. So this game is where they introduced the full motion video, you know, like intro movie and all the background movies. But the old animation engine where they just, you know, like shove sprites around is still in the game. So if you play one of the old songs, it's still running the animation the way it always had. Some of the new songs, I feel like that one almost, and like the last two actually, or the two paper doll ones. It's like, I feel like they maybe even made the animation in the old style for the old engine and just took a video of it and put that in the game. Because that style seems like something that the old engine probably could have done. But, alright, looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 more songs left, and then I gotta find Monkey Fingers because it was hiding somewhere. But getting close to the end of the new content. I'm at about the 2.5 hour mark, so you know, doing pretty well. This all takes me back. I know, even though it's Exceed 2 that I played more than Exceed 1, I definitely, like, remember all these songs.
gonna make me ram ram, ram ram. And this one gonna make me jam jam, jam jam. Because this one gonna make me ram ram, ram ram. Because this one gonna make me jam jam, jam jam. All want to girl inna the posse, come make it jam jam. Inna fi the dancer, all road girl inna the session, come make it ram ram. Show up on the car, inna the village, in the central. And the music general no land, 'cause the people big run sing along. Come. How you mean? Now mercy, girl inna my shot once it's over, make me ram ram, ram ram. And this one make me jam jam, jam jam. Like this one make me ram ram, ram ram. Like this one make me jam jam, jam jam. Make this session jam jam, make this session ram ram. Make this session jam jam, make this session ram ram. All of them a buckle, me say respect you. You're getting on bad like so Pablo. How many you call? But chosen half you. But the one the girl come cut them so curfew. I don't want to never knock on me say this a man. But them we go knock on me say this a man. All a girl flash up on the car, show up on the Malta. Girls, I want you to sing for me again. My boy, I'm talking about who in the party. So go make me ram ram, ram ram. And this so go make me jam jam, jam jam. And this so go make me ram ram, ram ram. And this so go make me jam jam, jam jam.
I know you can. We were born to be alive. We were born to be alive. I was on my side when I was running out free. It was no right. Suitcase and an old guitar, something new to occupy my mind. Yes, we were born to be alive. Yes, we were born. It's to be alive, to be alive, to be alive. It's to be alive, to be alive, to be alive. It's to be Time was on my side. I feel right. Want to be alive. Time was on my side. Time was on my side. And it's alright. Alright. I know you can.
You remember that one, Daniel? That's definitely a full motion video background, like you can just tell. Alright, this is the last of the new stuff. Except for Monkey Fingers and the two Spanish versions. Which I guess I'm just gonna have to reset the whatchamacallit. reset the restrictions. It's funny, I think Born to Be Alive, I think I only know from this game. So yeah, even the Spanish versions aren't showing up in here. So that must be like a bug of some sort, because those are enabled. Unless there's like a code or something that I don't know about. Okay, so I've played all of these at this point. So I guess I can just... Let me just let it fail out. And then I'll re-enable the... Start with the triple, of course.
Hey! Why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Oh. Good thing we're getting close to the end, because boy, my legs are getting tired. Okay, so if I just revert to default, that should enable everything, right? Question mark? This menu is slightly awful. Okay, so everything's... I went to check to make sure everything was enabled, but that means I have to page through this whole frickin' thing again. The worst. Oh, look at that. Why is that disabled? Oh, so I guess that's default, is that song is disabled. Oh, and these are disabled. Oh, these are the two that were in Prex, or were in Premiere 3 but not Prex 3. So I guess they are here. So I could have played them here. Oh wow, so I guess the default is to disable quite a few songs actually. So that explains why I don't think of them as being in this game. Because the default is no. Okay, so now then.
Hit me!
Oh. So there's the regular versions. Or were those... Oh. Or were those the Spanish ones? Where are the Spanish ones? Where is Monkey Fingers? What if... I put it in event mode. Oh, you said now that the Nightmare has actual ratings? What? Oh, this doesn't have unlimited time. That's interesting. So these are the two songs. Yeah, that's still Korean, I think. So here's the answer to that. They gave it a 20. That chart is just rude. This chart is rude.
Hey! Why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Is Monkey Fingers a bonus exclusive? It's possible. Let me look up something real quick and see. There are no notes. Oh, there's an unlock code? Put it on the song select screen. Okay. So, 99173. Okay, let's try it. One, 7, 3, 9, 7. You're right, there it is. So I assumed that maybe by disabling songs that got rid of the code that had been entered previously, perhaps. I'm still not seeing the Spanish versions, unless they're... Oh, that's it. Okay, well, here we go. So, Amai, thank you for the tip on the code. That was very helpful, and I'm glad that you used numpad notation. I do still remember that. That is the easiest way to do it in Pump, for sure. Trying to say like up left and up right and all that jazz, it's like gross. Just give me numbers. Now, why the community chose number pad format rather than like telephone pad format, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It works either way, you just have to know which one it is. So you can't really tell the difference from the title card, can you? Or can you? Oh no! Didn't really want to play the easy, but I guess that's fine. So, I think maybe you have to put the code in? Because yeah, that was not the that wasn't it. All right, let me I need to scroll back in the chat because and if that's the case, let me put it in not event mode. That way, hopefully, I won't have to put the code in twice.
Hit me!
Yeah, there we go. So are the other ones in here? Yeah. Okay, so you can't really tell from the title card.
Por Rosa, por favor, por Rosa, por favor, vuelve a mí. Por Rosa, por favor, vuelve a mí. Antes de que la noche acabe. Anoche tuve un sueño, la playa tú y yo, mientras el mar y el sol jugaba con los dos. Una tierna mirada, florece nuestro amor, y esa es la fantasía que me crea esta emoción. Oh, Rosa. Oh, Rosa, por favor, vuelve a mí. Antes de que la noche acabe. Oh, Rosa, por favor, vuelve a mí. Porque siento que te empiezo a olvidar. Oh, Rosa, oh, Rosa. Oh, Rosa. Oh, Rosa.
That's a little tough for a freestyle.
I know you can.
Oh, Rosa. Cada vez que yo la veo,
I thought later on
nervioso, con esa dulce
they changed the title card to say Spanish on there somewhere. Like, that was my memory of Exceed 2, but I guess we'll find out when I get there, right?
Cada vez que yo la veo, siempre me pongo nervioso. Con esa dulce sonrisa, será siempre mi inspiración. Busco una excusa tonta para hacerle conversación. Trato siempre de acercarme, pero nada de esto resuelto. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Ella me gusta tanto. Oh, oh, yeah. ¿Qué puedo hacer? ¿Será que esto es amor? Oh, oh, yeah.
Reggae session, raga session.
Cada vez que yo la veo, se me hace más hermosa. De jazmín su aroma, no resisto la tentación. Busco una excusa tonta para hacerle conversación. Trato siempre de acercarme, pero nada de esto resuelto. Oh, oh, yeah. Cada vez que yo la veo.
So both of those songs, especially O Rosa, they both seem like they should have been Spanish from the beginning. Like, they just sound right that way.
Cada vez que yo la veo, siempre me pongo nervioso. Con esa dulce sonrisa.
Yep, these are the two that I came back and did in like a separate stream last time. I don't need to do them again. But there they are.
You had a DJ's nightmare. You woke up sweating.
Ooh. I want to try this again.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Oh, jeez. I used to be able to do that, but not anymore, I guess. All right. Well, hey, I've hit the 3-hour mark. Was there anything anybody wanted to see before I go? You wonder what the trick for it is? The trick is be faster. I'm just too slow these days. I used to be able to do it. Or the other trick is...
Hit me!
You, The other trick is, you've heard of using your head? Yeah, you use your butt. You just take a break, you sit down. So yeah, that's the cheap way to do it. Although it's actually not that easy, because like the panels are definitely set up for like the amount of force that you would use with your feet, and trying to generate that amount of force with your hands is not, and at speed is not the easiest, and it hurts a little bit actually. That's probably enough for me.
Are you ready?
I'm tired, guys. Anyway, I think I'm just going to wrap it up with that because that was fun. So we got through all the new stuff, and we got to look at join the party again, which is always a silly time. But anyway, so yeah, welcome to the hard drive era. Here we are. That's Exceed. We'll be back next time with Exceed 2. Like I said, Exceed 2 is where I really started playing Pump regularly, so I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be very nostalgic for me, for sure. Although Exceed is similar enough that even this was pretty nostalgic, to be honest. So anyway, will we exceed 2 at that game? We will. We will indeed. But as always, thanks for joining me, and I will see you all back next time with Exceed 2. Until then, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see y'all later. Bye, 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 bye.
Let's go.